Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Patek Philippe Gondolo 5200G-001. You can see this exceptional 8-day power reserve day-date manual wind white gold timepiece on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos. Click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this extraordinary white gold Gondolo. Now, this timepiece was introduced at Baselworld 2013 as a successor to the long-running 10-day power reserve reference 5100. But what do you lose? And what do you gain? Well, you lose 2 days of power reserve. This one has 192 hours of autonomy fully wound, but you gain a radial date and an aperture day at 6 o'clock. So the watch gives you tremendous everyday functionality, and if you are the type to put your watches into a rotation of several, it's nice to have a complication back-ended by 8 days of power reserve, such that you really only have to worry about rewinding the watch once per week. This is an excellent soldier within the ranks of your collection in that respect. Now, in terms of size, the watch is quite compact from lug to lug. It looks enormous when you first pick it up, but it's actually 46.6 millimeters from lug to lug and a very reasonable 10.7 millimeters in thickness. Now, across the case, not inclusive of the crown, it's fairly broad, 32.5 millimeters. It's just over 33 if you include the crown. Now, the timepiece is hefty in the satisfying sense of the word. You feel like you're wearing something that's substantial and worthwhile on your wrist. You never forget it's there, but it's not obtrusive. It's, in the very strictest sense of the word, commensurate to its price and image. It satisfies. You can see that the watch has a beautiful dark blue gloss folded edge monotone stitch alligator leather strap, supple calfskin on the bottom, paired with a spade style 18 karat white gold pin buckle. Now, about the white gold used in this watch, these days Patek Philippe uses gray gold. It is effectively the look of white gold, but homogeneous straight through. It doesn't need to be plated. There's no nickel, there's no rhodium. This is the look of the metal. Even if it were to be scratched or scuffed, you'll simply see more white metal underneath. That's what gray gold does. Now, the watch features a spectacular combination of cambered case and cambered crystal, front and back. Cambered crystal is exceptionally expensive to manufacture, and this one has a slight box section profile in addition to its curvature. An exceptional piece of milling by itself. It's part of the artistry of the watch as a whole. The individual components stun, but the composition is what truly makes the timepiece a special occasion on the wrist. The dial is a blue sunburst, metallic and spectacular. Its grain catches the light in a very dynamic fashion, as you can see, and the countersunk sub-register at 6 o'clock has its own distinctive pattern to it, such that it's even a little bit at variance to the reflections you see on the dial. Now, all of the indices are faceted and polished 18 karat white gold to match the case, with faceted 18 karat polished Dauphine style hands at center. The watch has a nice composition of color between the white gold, the silver, the blue, and the shocks of red punctuating the radial date indicator and the power reserve scale at 12 o'clock. Now, on the case back, just as handsome, you can see the traditional Geneva 3-finger train leading to the balance. This is the caliber 2820. And it's a little bit of an alphabet soup due to all of the functions as well as the shape that it brings to the table. Now, it's an REC, so it's rectangular. It's a PS for Petite Seconde, small seconds on the front. It's an IRM for Indicateur Reserve de Marche, and it's also a C for calendrier and a J for jour or day. So it has a calendar and a day. Beautifully finished. You can see the Côte de Genève richly textured. All of the bridges feature a beautiful mirrored hand-laid anglage, and you can see each one of those 3 fingers catching the light as I move this watch through the light of my light box. You can see that the balance, traditional free-sprung gyromax style, excellent for holding precise regulation in the face of bumps and vibrations on the wrist. What you can't see is the Spiromax hairspring made of Patek Philippe's proprietary Cylinvar amagnetic silicon. That gives the watch robust resistance, not just to bumps and shocks on the wrist thanks to Gyromax, but resistance to magnets, which are now ubiquitous in daily life. And if you can gaze down past the balance, you can see that there's a tight and even perlage across the base plates. I also like to call attention to the beautiful polish of the countersinks for the jewels, as bright and brilliant as the anglage on the bridges, as well as the subtle polishing of the screw heads and the chamfering of the slots. This is Geneva craftsmanship at the highest level. Heritage-inspired in some respects, avant-garde in others, modern in proportions, fit, finish, and refinement. You can see this Patek Philippe Gondolo 5200G and buy it on our website.